Hey guys, it's Caleb from Minnesota Dock and Lift, and today we're going to be showing you how to build a canopy for your DAKA boat lift. Alright, so the tools you're going to need for this is an impact with a 7/16 socket, a 5/16 socket, and a 3/4 socket. Alright, so for this canopy we're building a 30-foot long one. There are a couple different size variations, all the way from 20 to 30 in 2-foot increments. For the 30-footer we're going to be using two 15 side rails. Alright, so the first step is we're going to want to take our side rails and get them all set up. So there is a difference between the sides on these. So you'll see here, on one side your peg's going to be closer to the end, and on the other it's going to be farther away. The ones that are closer to the end is going to be your center on each side. Another major thing that you want to remember, guys, is always have your pegs facing outside and not to the inside. So after you have your side rails all laid out, you're going to take your splitter, put it into one end on the center of your side rail, and you're going to take your other side rail and slide that right over the top, connecting the two ends together. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side again. Slide that in there, connect the two together. Alright, so after you get your side rails connected in the middle on each side, we're going to grab one of our two end caps and we're going to put that in on the ends. You might need a rubber mallet to get the ends completely in. Alrighty, so after we get that one in, we're going to come to the other side and repeat the process over here. Alrighty, so after you guys got your end cap secured, we're going to move on. We're going to grab some of our bolts from our bolt bag. It's going to be the 1/2-inch bolts with the 1/2-inch square nuts. Alright, so we're going to go around with our 1/2-inch square nuts and we're going to put them into our nut cages, and then we're going to take our 1/2-inch bolt and hand tighten them into them. Alright, so once again you're going to put your 1/2-inch square nut inside the nut cage and hand tighten your 1/2-inch bolt into that. And we're going to go around the entire frame and repeat the process into all the nut cages. Alright, so after you have all your 1/2-inch square nuts and 1/2-inch bolts into those nut cages, we're going to go around with our 3/4 socket on our impact, and we're going to tighten up everything nice and snug. Alright, keep in mind before you tighten everything up to make sure your end caps are all the way in and that your side rails are connected in the middle all the way. Alright, one more thing to note is to make sure that you don't tighten the bolts on your center end cap. We're going to do that later in the video. Another thing to remember, guys, when you're going around tightening all your bolts, you don't want to go too tight because you can break the weld on your nut cage. Alright, so the next step is going to be placing our center rail. This is what all your bows are going to attach into. So there's a little bit of difference in the sides here. You're going to see that your hole right here is farther away from the end than the side over here. So you're going to want to take the side with the hole that's farther away from your end and put that into your end cap. Alright, so next we're going to take our splitter. We're going to put that into the center. Alright, so then we're going to connect our second center tube. And now we're going to put the other end into the end cap. Alright, so when you guys get both sides in, you're going to want to make it flush on the other side of your end cap where it's going to stick out. When you're doing your first one, you might have to stick a little excess out so you can fit both tubes in. Alright, so after you got both your center rails into your end caps, we can go ahead and tighten our last 1/2-inch bolt. Alright, the next step, you're going to take your canopy bows and we're going to start placing them on the pegs on each side. Alright, so after you have all your bows in place, we're going to take our 1/4-inch carriage bolts with our 1/4-inch nuts and our 1/4-inch washers, and we're going to secure the bows down. Alright, so we're going to take our 1/4-inch carriage bolt, we're going to put it through the top side of the bow, and you're going to line that up with the hole that's in your center tube. You're going to take your 1/4-inch washer and your 1/4-inch nut, washer on first and secure that on with your nut. And we're going to repeat this process all the way down the line. Alright, so after we get all the bolts into our canopy bows, we're going to take our impact with our 7/16 socket and we're going to go ahead and secure these in. One thing to remember is don't go too tight on these, otherwise you can bust the bolt through the nut. So we're just going to get them a little snug. And again, repeat the process all the way down on every bow. Alright, so the last step in your canopy build is you're going to take your 4 chase stickers and you're going to put them on all 4 corners of the canopy, and this is going to protect your canopy canvas from ripping on the sharp corners. Alright, so that sums it up for your canopy build. If you guys like this video, let us know in the comments section. And if you want to check out any more products like this or dock and lift related, go to our website at www.minnesotadocandlift.com. Till the next time, guys.